Hey friends, Justin back with a review of episodes 2 and 3 of Squid Game. Are you guys loving this show as much as I am? I mean, the character development to me is what's driving the action. Couldn't love it more. So, it's really interesting. They've given our players a choice. They've gotten to the island, they've played red light, green light, and realized that this is human sacrifice. This is carnage, spoiler alerts. And, a lot of them are saying, this isn't worth my life, now that I'm here. And so one guy speaks up and says, one of the clauses in our contract was that if we all get together and decide to stop playing, we can stop playing. The majority rule that, that the games are over, the games are over. So they put it to a vote to decide who's going to stay and who's going to go. But before they start voting, they reveal what the cash prize is. And I don't know if the first reveal, I think it was at least 26 billion won. I want to say 40, but it was at least 26 billion. So it was a humongous cash prize. And then they vote. And number one, the older gentleman, the older contestant, he's the only one that says he wants to stay. And everyone votes to leave. And so they end the game, which is odd for these kind of epic fantasy games because the system never folds into the people. What was interesting about this is that while they did give in to what the people thought they wanted, they knew better. They knew that these guys, when they got out into the real world, they weren't going to be able to hack it. They knew that what was on the outside was more hellish in a lot of these situations than at least a chance at greatness, at least a chance at riches. So they're out in the world, they get out there, and things aren't looking good. There are hitmen looking for some of our players, Our lead character, he just cannot seem to cut it. And the straw that broke the camel's back for me, and I think for his character as well, is the conversation with the stepdad. When his daughter saw him kind of humiliated and brought to, a physical altercation with the stepdad, I think he realized, I'm in over my head, and I've actually been offered a way out. And so I think it's the most responsible thing for me to do, since I can't seem to cut it out here, is to take that way out. And so the business cards show up again. Everyone that has left, they've been faced with reality, and it's no good. And so the business cards with the phone numbers, they pop up again. And so everyone has decided, a lot of the players have decided, I'm going back. I've got to get back into the game. So they call. And the van comes back and picks them up again and knocks them out. And they wake up on the island. And, now they know what they're in for. Everyone's muscles are ready. Everybody knows what's going on. But that tension may be a little bit too much. And, the second unofficial game, kind of the lights out situation kind of proved that. They turn the lights out and, it goes down, in there. I mean, brutal human carnage. I kind of felt bad. I says, oh my God, left to our own human devices, is this what we'll do? But that cash prize, it kept rising. Every time someone died, the prize rose. So that was really interesting. Our cast of four, the older guy, Jihan, number one, and then the Pakistani gentleman. Or am I missing? I'm missing Jihan's friend that was supposed to be in the United States. He's a really interesting character too, and his creditors, the police are looking for him, so he's got to go back to the game, or else face being arrested. But maybe if he can get the money while he's in the game, maybe he can pay his way out of these stock futures and all of the stuff that he's messed up. So that's really interesting. I'm interested to see how the prize, if anyone wins, and then if one of our leads wins, how do they split it, But they make it through the night. I don't know how, but they make it through the night. They band together, and it's on to game number 3. Meanwhile, while they're outside of the game, a police officer sneaks on to the boats that are going onto the island. So someone on the outside has infiltrated and is looking at everything that's going on and learning the secrets. So that's going to be interesting how they work that out and try to expose the place. He's trying to find his brother, and so he's going to do whatever it takes to get down to the bottom of the secrets of this place. So it's time for the next game. And they have to pick from these different shapes. They're taken out into the next amazing arena, and they've got to pick from these different shapes. A triangle, a circle, a star, and an umbrella. And so they confer with one another, and it's decided, hey, let's split up. Let's not all put our eggs in one basket. And it is a honeycomb test. So whatever shape that they've picked, they've got to scratch it out of this honeycomb mold. And those that have the star, those that have the umbrella, are basically screwed. And so, one of the girls figures out that she can use her lighter that she snuck in to kind of burn the stick that she's using to get into the shape. And that works. That works for her, and she helps the bully. Our lead, he finds out, he holds his honeycomb up to the sun and realizes, I can see the shape of my umbrella here. So if I lick the back, this is a honeycomb. If I lick the back, I may be able to soften it enough in order to pry the shape out. You're talking about tension. I was on the edge of my seat when certain people's shapes broke and they were eliminated. Oh, it was brutal. And so you feel like you're on the line when you're watching this, which is super, super amazing. But, through sheer luck and skill and friendship, our crew makes it through the third game. So there's a lot of inner turmoil. The employees, the dynamics there, they're little more than slaves themselves. That's interesting, and I know that's going to be of note. Because, if they're not treated that well, it'll be easier for them to turn on, the powers that be. When one of the guys pulls his mask off and is revealed, he's instantly murdered. Whoa, that was creepy. So, we'll see. I will be back, you guys. So these were episodes 2 and 3. I'm going to come back. I'm in the middle of episode 4. I'm going to do episodes 4 and 5 together so that we can get through the season, because I know everyone is binging it and going right through all of the episodes. So what did you think of, episodes 2 and 3? Super, super exciting. And like I said, I'm loving the character development. I want to see what happens with our lead's family, ultimately. But please, spam the comments if you will. Tell me your favorite parts of Squid Game. And please like and subscribe for more. And I'll be back for episodes 4 and 5 soon. See you soon.